Okay, so week one here for the real-time development of environment module, and the task that we are given is to create a corridor or a pathway in a space theme. So to start with, I need to think about a couple of things. So first thing is looking at theming, looking at what I need to do. So that's going to include looking at other work, looking at reference images and things like that. Secondly, I'll be making a floor plan so that I can kind of get an idea of how I'm going to lay out the environment itself. And then third, I need to create a block out of this in Unreal Engine, which I will do once I have looked at research. So the first thing that I have done is I've gone straight to ArtStation and I've looked at other people's work. So I created my own collection on there with a theme of space. So with this, I'm able to go in, have a look and see what other people have done. So I'm going to create a mood board from this, which will mean that I can get a better idea of where I'm heading with everything. So with this one by James Lewis, I really liked the way the door had its everything around it, and I really liked some of the subtle details with the lights, with the wires coming down at the top, as well as the vents on the right hand side. They don't stick out too much, but you can tell that they are vents as well. On top of that, there are so many little details like the tubing going around the door, so a bit like a holding on option on that, which is fantastic for theories if you decide to do some kind of anti-gravity on that as well. So I also really like this reactor maintenance place done by Duncan Halleck. I really like the colours and the cleanliness that you can see on there. And with it not just being a flat plane, you can see the difference in colours and the grunge which was added to the white to make it look clean but not flat. I really like the arms coming down from the top as well, which show how the reactor is being held up, and it's something that makes me think more about the mechanical nature that I will need to include if I'm going to go down a clean yet scientific space route. I found these grenades on ArtStation by Carter van der Grient. I really like the emissive nature of the lights inside the grenades, and it's something that I had thought about myself. So looking at that, it gives me an idea of how I can use the emissive to create a nice decal without it coming across as too much, and it also has some really nice ideas on how to make the handle of the grenade look worn without it looking like it is completely dirty. I like the idea as well of a military crate or something similar that I can use in the room I start in, just by the foot of the bed, something like that. Just sort of like so it's easy to tell that it's a crate with belongings in it without having to have stuff just hanging around randomly. I really like this clean room door. This is kind of like the look and feel I was initially thinking of for my concept. And I think personally it's going to be one of the routes I go down with clear design. And on top of that, I really like the hazard signs on the either side of the door. It's subtle, but you can kind of understand that that's a hazard and you need to be careful. And with it being two colour, it makes it easy to sort of like understand a bit more personally. I also found a really nice mech arm done by Hirston Ivanov Shine. I really like the idea of more of a like robotic arm / glove for a first person view. It can easily be used to hold weapons, hold flashlights and stuff like that. But it also, if you don't see what the person looks like or your character looks like, it gives an interesting, like, who is my character? Why do they have a robotic arm? Or are they a robot? And so on. So the storytelling will come into play on that as well. I've had a look at things like Destiny and also looked at Battlefront from Star Wars. And I found quite a few other things as well. So I found someone that had already made a game and showed up some of the work they've got. So it gives me an idea of what kind of things that I would feature as well. So because of all of these images and sources that I have found, I am going to create a mood board. And I am going to make sure that I try and stay away from the generic themes so that I don't end up having the same stuff that most people see in space scenes. So fingers crossed I can create some decent concepts over the next week and a half that will come together so that I can create the block out properly. So that's stage 1 of my research done. I'm going to be, of course, looking at more resources and adding them to the OneNote as time goes ahead. But for now, thank you for listening, and I look forward to week 2.